Projection is a psychological phenomenon where individuals attribute their own unconscious thoughts, feelings, and characteristics onto others. It serves as a defense mechanism, allowing us to avoid facing aspects of ourselves that are uncomfortable or unacceptable. The concept of projection is deeply rooted in the human psyche, and its impact extends far beyond individual interactions. To truly grasp the profound implications of projections, we must explore the collective dimensions of this psychological process.
At the societal level, collective projections give rise to what Carl Jung referred to as the collective shadow. This shadow represents the darker, suppressed aspects of the collective unconscious, often manifesting in destructive outbursts. Jung wisely says, "The gigantic catastrophes that threaten us today are not elemental happenings of a physical or biological order, but psychic events. To a quite terrifying degree, we are threatened by wars and revolutions which are nothing other than psychic epidemics. At any moment, several million human beings may be smitten with a new madness, and then we shall have another world war or devastating revolution. Instead of being at the mercy of wild beasts, earthquakes, landslides, and inundations, modern man is battered by the elemental forces of his own psyche. Wars, conflicts, prejudice, and systemic injustices are all expressions of the collective shadow projecting onto external entities. Understanding that these issues are not isolated incidents, but interconnected manifestations of our shared unconscious, is crucial for initiating a global paradigm shift."
The interconnectedness of humanity implies that we all contribute to the collective shadow projection, whether consciously or unconsciously. Pointing fingers at politicians, institutions, or specific groups only perpetuates a blame culture that further divides societies. To heal the world, it is essential to recognize our individual and collective responsibility for the suffering that exists. This acknowledgement does not absolve those in positions of power from accountability, but emphasizes the need for a broader perspective on the root causes of societal issues. The prevalent blame culture, especially directed towards political figures, is a manifestation of shadow projection on a grand scale. Politicians often become the symbolic targets onto which society projects its frustrations, fears, and unmet expectations. While holding leaders accountable is a necessary aspect of a functioning societal system, it becomes counterproductive when it devolves into a habit of deflecting responsibility onto external entities. True change begins with recognizing that political leaders are not solely responsible for societal problems, but are reflections of the state of our collective consciousness. To facilitate healing on both individual and societal levels, it is imperative to engage in the process of withdrawing projections. This involves introspection and a willingness to confront the uncomfortable aspects of our own psyche, acknowledging that what we despise in others only mirrors our shadow projections. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. Jung once observed, he says, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." Shadow work, a term popularized by Jung, encompasses the intentional exploration of one's unconscious to integrate suppressed aspects and foster personal growth. As individuals commit to this internal work, the collective shadow begins to dissipate, paving the way for a more conscious and compassionate society. Mahatma Gandhi's famous words, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world," resonate profoundly in the context of understanding projections. By actively participating in the withdrawal of projections and engaging in shadow work, individuals become catalysts for positive change. The transformation initiated within oneself ripples outward. Jung once said, "Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people." The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Understanding projection is a key to unlocking the potential for healing the spirit of the age. Carl Jung's insight reminds us that true political, social, and spiritual work involves withdrawing projections and taking responsibility for our individual and collective shadows. As we abandon the blame culture and recognize the interconnectedness of humanity, we pave the way for a more consciously peaceful reality. In the quest for a harmonious world, the journey of individuation takes center stage, a process illuminated by the wisdom of Carl Jung and rooted in the integration of the shadow. The understanding of shadow projection, coupled with the commitment to shadow integration, transcends individual realms and holds transformative potential on a global scale. This essay delves into the concept of achieving global individuation through shadow integration, highlighting the interconnectedness of humanity and the profound impact one person can wield on a billion. Individuation, as described by Jung, is a process of becoming one's true self by integrating the conscious and unconscious elements of the psyche. This journey is inherently tied to shadow integration, a pivotal aspect where the darker, suppressed aspects of the individual's unconscious are acknowledged, embraced, and integrated. As individuals embark on this inner odyssey, a collective resonance emerges, fostering a shared consciousness that transcends borders and unites humanity. The concept of global individuation is about the fact that your unique journey towards self-realization contributes to a larger collective awakening. This is particularly relevant when considering the mathematical or statistical influence that one individual can have on a billion. In a world marked by technological interconnectedness, ideas, attitudes, and transformative energy can ripple through societies with unprecedented speed and magnitude. Even the subtlest shifts within our small communities can create a ripple effect, echoing through relationships, families, and friendships. Just as a single drop creates concentric circles on the surface of a pond, the impact of personal transformation resonates outward. The interconnectedness of our lives means that positive changes in attitude, behavior, or transformative energy within our immediate social spheres can radiate outward. All of that contributes to a broader collective consciousness. Shadow integration on a global scale requires a profound shift in consciousness, one that transcends personal growth to encompass societal transformation. The withdrawal of shadow projections is not only an individual responsibility, but a collective endeavor that challenges the prevailing paradigms of blame shifting that perpetuate suffering. Jung once said, "The shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality, for no one can become conscious of the shadow without considerable moral effort. To become conscious of it involves recognizing the dark aspects of the personality as present and real. This act is the essential condition for any kind of self-knowledge." As we confront and integrate our shadows, a ripple effect occurs. This ripple effect shapes the collective unconscious and fosters a global environment conducive to positive change. The power of one person influencing a billion is not merely metaphorical, but rooted in the mathematical and statistical dynamics of interconnected societies. Social media, global communication networks, and the shared human experience amplify the impact of individuals committed to their journey of individuation and shadow integration. A single individual, through their authentic expression and conscious choices, can catalyze a tidal wave of positive change that reverberates globally. This is something that happens daily on the level of the collective unconscious. Thank you for watching. Join the Kairos Collective. Make sure to subscribe for future updates.